Hello and welcome, my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your timeless soulmate read, though recorded in January 2021. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. I'm also a Pisces moon, so very happy, honored, ready is the word, to check out a soulmate contract read for the Piscean collective, my Piscean family, my fishy family, my mer people. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your shares, your comments, and all of that YouTube-y stuff. We are doing a timeless soulmate read, so whenever you're watching this, obviously, is when you are supposed to see it, and it is a soulmate soul contract read, different than a twin flame read. There are links in the description box explaining the difference between the two. There is a new definition put forth by Matt Kahn, spiritual teacher, Hay House author, and his YouTube channel, Matt Kahn, All for Love, is just exemplary. I highly recommend it. Has really been a lifesaver in the storm for me here, there, and everywhere. So that being said, the foundation of a soulmate contract is that you help each other heal. Bam, that's the bottom line. Of course, you have more than one soulmate in one lifetime. You may have hundreds, and they're not all romantic, sexual. My mom and I have a soulmate contract. We've been helping each other heal since before I was even born, all right? But these are the romantic sexual ones, the ones that we have been working on for lifetimes with these different souls in contract, really trying to get the emotional baggage around romance alchemized, right, from lead to gold, so that we can have the happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contracts that we've been dreaming of lifetime after lifetime, right? Every relationship we've ever been in, regardless whether they are romantic or not, have contributed to the path of true love in that sense, making us better mates of our own soul. Ooh, so we become better soulmate. Just to say, helping each other heal, you do that through the quantum entanglement of the soulmate contract. So whether you know each other or not, right, whether you're together or not, whether you're even speaking to each other or not, as you heal, the other one heals. So particularly Pisces, we are the 12th house energy. We have all the other signs inside of us. So do keep in mind if you are an empath, because we are looking at a soul contract read, you might be feeling your soulmate's vibe, right? And it's very hard to distinguish, right? That's why being a Pisces is tricky. We just are. We're the elders of the zodiac. Aries is the child of the zodiac, right? The beginning and the end. So look, we're going to look at it like a contract. I was raised by a lawyer. Right? I know how to read a contract, at least most of it, right? We're going to have party number one, party number two. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Never on my channel does that have anything to do with bodily gender. Hello. I consider myself predominantly a divine feminine in my work, but in my relationship, sometimes I show up more as the divine masculine, right? They love calling me daddy. I'm 52. I get it. I just don't look it. I never will. Witchcraft. That being said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It is a general read. Check your other signs, because you might get different information about the same soulmate contract if you're really only dealing with one. Again, some people are saying in the readings that I'm like, then if it's turbulent and traumatic but transformative and you're learning how to heal and love yourself, it's a twin flame contract. Again, check those links in the description box. Matt Kahn's new definition just blew me out of the water because it's right on, but you know, to each their own. All right, so let's do this. We're doing 13 cards. There is an extended version of this, part 2 on VIMEO.com. The link is down there. I gotta say, they've been selling well. They've been selling well. It's been a wonderful series. Yeah, let's end it with a bang. Breathe. Right, all the decks that I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. Otherwise, let's do this. We're going to start with the Caroline Makes archetype deck to get the two, party number one, party number two, but also the clause, the archetypal clause of the contract they are in January 2021 are timeless. Breathe. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Oh, I feel that. That feels lovely. Please, I need 3 cards, one for the divine feminine, one for the divine masculine, and one for the contract clause that this Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, romantic, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, January 2021. Our timeless is all about. So please, here's the divine feminine. Please leave the divine masculine in my hand. I felt him. He's right in the center of the deck. Is that him? That's him. Please, I have to say her and him, he, and hers and his. Otherwise, my brain just, I get so confused. And this is a Pisces read. So please, what is my collective pantheon? The chapter of the story, the clause that they are working on in this contract together, known or unknown, January 2021 or timeless. Remember, these cards can be triggery. There's shadow and light attribute. The shadow is what you don't want to look at, or if you know about it, don't want anybody else to see. The light is what you're headed towards, and no matter what the shadows are in these cards, that's what you're helping each other heal, right? So you heal yours, it helps heal them. Let's see who our couple is. The Storyteller for the divine feminine, a creative family archetype, and the father archetype. Now, I have to say, the Storyteller has popped up a few times in these readings. It was in Aries. I just remember it because I saw it so many times. Aries and Libra. So if you have anything in those placements, you might want to check those out too. The father, a masculine family archetype. There are 9 families of archetypes. We've got the creative and the masculine. Now this clause that they're in is going to be the last card we turn over in this reading, and then we'll make the jump over to the extended on Vimeo, if you are so called. All right, they reminded me, I should say this in every single reading. There's a lot of mirroring in soulmate contracts, right? Even if you were together and things didn't go well and then you go your separate ways, you go through such similar healing experiences, maybe not exactly at the same time, because as one of you heals, the other one heals. So it might be a little tricky feeling out which one you are every now and again with this. So again, take what resonates, and let's keep going. The Storyteller archetype in their shadow, making up tales that harm others. I mean, it's being a liar, essentially, in the shadow. And Pisces have been called the liars of the zodiac because we can believe our own illusions so much that they feel real to us, right? But there is a difference between perception and vision, what we perceive and what is like. Does the sun rise in the east and set in the west? People say yes. The sun doesn't move. Right, we go around it. So something that we really, really see, it's like, there it is, I know it, and it's not necessarily based on the deeper truth that we know inside. So this can even be the stories we tell ourselves. If you are the divine feminine in this one, remember, you could be the divine masculine. Like I find for myself, usually looking at the divine feminine, even in other readers, and going, no, I'm the divine masculine in this one. So, you got to feel this one out. By the end of this reading, you'll have an idea, or at least a solid intuitive hit, if this is your read and which one you are. The light attribute, what you're shooting for. And if you have any kind of divinatory skill, tarot reader, rune, or anything, you'll love this. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Really quick, I found myself in in Cinderella. Once. I was dating a prince archetype. I didn't even realize it, and I was waiting for him to fucking rescue me. I was like, no. No, I will rescue myself very much. And so I did, right? It was very ever after, very Drew Barrymore, right? So the ability to see what story you're in from a different perspective as a storyteller. Like if you were going to fictionalize this contract and you started writing it out, like not that anyone might ever see it, what would the story be? Like, is it Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, right? Is it Miss Marple? Is it, Harlequin romance? Or is it just shit show, A, B, C, D, E, F? But soulmate contracts always tend to work themselves out. Even if you part as friends, then that's fine. The tricky one here, I'm going to say, is the divine masculine, because if anybody has a father issue, dealing with a father archetype is just going to bring that up with both sides, right? So the shadow archetype, dictatorial control, abuse of authority. Oh yeah, that's fun in a relationship. No thanks, swipe left, hard pass, right? But the light attribute, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. I mean, daddy. Right? All these millennials throwing themselves at me on Scruff. I'm just like, it's a pandemic, kids. Take it down a notch, right? but you know, there I am, being this positive, supporting light, and say, you know, when we get the shots in the arm, we'll see, kid. So I like the vibe between these two. I mean, a father and a storyteller together. This could very easily be a mother and a father. And again, it's not about gender. Let's start clarifying. We're going to take Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Fire, Earth, Air, Water, Spirit, the good old element spread to see where she's at in this. We'll do the same with the Divine Masculine with the Mythic Tarot. Let me get all 10 of them on the table, because then all the cards for this spread are on the table. And then we'll flip them over simultaneously, element by element. Please take a nice deep breath. Mm-hmm. My goddesses of water. Wow, locked on. That's like sonar. Please, my beloved goddesses of water and the sign of Pisces, please, 5 cards for the Divine Feminine with the Storyteller archetype, dealing with this Divine Masculine with the Father archetype and this Piscean collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy lives. Intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract in process, please. What is, oh, there's my blue jay. What is her element of fire? What does she yearn for, burn for with desire? What is her element of earth, the fuel that feeds that fire to help her manifest and bring into physical reality her heart's desire? What is she predominantly thinking about this contract? What is she predominantly feeling about this contract? Air and water. And what is the power of spirit here, the element of spirit, the point of view and the voice, the message of the soul, who agreed to this contract prior to incarnation? Really, if you look at reincarnation and quantum physics and string theory and all that, all the different probabilities are already written in before you incarnate. So the soul, I think, at some point wants to play the game. And they say, all right, you know, what do you got for me, right? Like going to a casting agent. And they say, well, we've got this storyteller father contract at this point in time, right? And you look over the script, you don't get all the details. And then another soul, you have karma with, whatever, unfinished business with, other soulmate contracts with, choose to come in. That's why that is really the most powerful of the tarot, that 5th card there. Let's do the same for the Divine Masculine. PTSD, past life post-traumatic stress disorder. We're gonna get like pillows and t-shirts and hats and buttons made. Fundraisers, telethons, breathe. Okay, my gods of water and the sign of Pisces, 5 cards, element spread for this Divine Masculine with the Father archetype. Dealing in contract with this Divine Feminine with the Storyteller archetype in this Piscean collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, romantic soulmate contract, January 2021 or timeless, please. What is his element of fire? What does he desire? What is his element of earth to fuel that ooh, no, just one, please. These are slippery cards because we're dealing with a Divine Masculine. Slippery, breathe. My gods, please, element of earth. What is the fuel to help feed that fire, to manifest that heart, his heart's desire? His element of air, what is he predominantly thinking about this contract? Element of water, what is he predominantly feeling about this contract? And like I said, that element of spirit, what is the point of view of the soul, the voice of the soul, the message of the soul that agreed to this contract with this Divine Feminine storyteller in the first place? All right, they're all on the table. Let's start flipping. Element of fire, what do they want out of this? Well, it's got the Sagittarius card here. So she wants the Sagittarius. Now that can be freedom. That can be change, right? Mutable fire, a changing of desires. This would be the Knight of Pentacles. This could be wants to come in, that the Divine Feminine wants to bust your move, right? Or you see it all the time in other readers. It's like the even though it is the crone of flame, Sagittarius in the tarot is the Knight of Wands. So what the player wanting to rush in, great passion. So there's great passion here that wants to be fulfilled. But the divine masculine wants the Eight of Swords. Now, why would somebody want the Eight of Swords, mentally being stuck between a rock and a hard place? I'm going to say there's a missing piece of information that this divine feminine has, or something coming in, a message of some kind here that she wants to deliver that would break them out of this. The Eight of Swords, I can't help but go back to the Rider-Waite. It's what I trained on when I was 12 years old. I'm 52, God help us all. Damn, doing something for a long time, right? Talk about a commitment. Blindfolded and bound, but only bound, not bound to the sword behind her, right? That there's a lot of mental trappedness here, right? Not seeing things clearly out of fear. Now, this, of course, would move into the Nine of Swords, right? Can't sleep, keeping up at night, the subconscious mind taking over. But then hopefully moving towards the 10, the resolution here. So we'll see what else comes with this. And of course, we are doing the extended, and we are going to do past, present, future for both of them. We actually swap the tarot decks, divine feminine, Daughters of the Moon for the divine masculine, mythic tarot for the divine feminine. And sometimes that clears it up instantly. You're like, oh, this could be resolution of that, because why would somebody want the Eight of Swords want to be mentally trapped? What's the element? Oh, well, their element of earth. She's got our first major arcana card on the table. What she's got going for her is the High Priestess. All right. Think of that. Feel that deeper intuition. She knows the tea. She knows what's going on. Well, which then would also, okay, again, they keep giving me scenarios as cards hit the table. I'll get to him in a minute. What she then might want, because what she's got is being silent, right? Being silent, keeping secrets, but keeping deeper secrets, right? We've got a storyteller here. So might know things, might know parts of this story, but is keeping that to herself and wants the Knight of Cups to come in, right? Not so much a prince or a knight rescuing a damsel here, but that passionate message, you want me? Come get me, is what that feels like. Oh, snap. Okay, he's got the Page of Pentacles. He's going to make the offer, right? He's the one. He's got the piece. So I'm going to say here with this Eight of Swords, what he wants is to get out of this trap and take this new opportunity, or perhaps give this new opportunity a Page of Pentacles, a message, an immature one, a seed. Sort of like the Ace of Pentacles, in the sense of like an acorn has all the DNA it needs for an oak tree in there, but it's not an oak tree yet. But it's like, let's plant this, right? So she's keeping silent, but she's tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Thank you, Abraham Hicks, wherever you are, right? Little Skeksis going on there. What are they thinking? What are you thinking? All right, she's got major decisions on her mind, and sure enough, Eight of Blades, the Eight of Swords. So there's a mirror right there. What he wants, obviously, I'm thinking to resolve, to get out of this trap, right? She's thinking about. So again, remember Pisces, what I said about that you might be picking up on each other's stuff. A lot of mirroring might be happening. We're really going to see when we hit the next position, which is water. But he's thinking about the Three of Pentacles, about totally working it out with them, the two of them working it out together, right? A stable foundation. Now, for the father archetype, and it's like talent for creating and supporting life. This is that, or at least it's the beginning stages of it, right? He's going to offer, he can offer, will he, won't he, right? Trapped a renote in his head there, wanting to break out of that. But he's thinking about really making a Three of Pentacles, which really does say to me, these two probably know each other. And again, if you don't, that's, again, you have to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not all the cards are turned over. But Pisces, be very careful of the stories that you're telling yourself. This is Chokhmah. It's actually it's an Israeli desert goddess of the wind, but also one of the spheres of the tree of life, the Kabbalistic tree of life, right? Has a lot to do with wisdom and choices, right? Decisions. She's juggling 8 sickles, right? Blades. So there's a lot to think about here. Now, I could see that mirroring here, that he wants to resolve this, and she's kind of still juggling her, at least her mental options. I know you don't see that with the similarity there with that. But it is like, boy, catch one the wrong way and it cuts, right? So there's a lot of thought going in here that she's not letting on. I mean, I could almost say that because this is in the earth position, she's just given off this flow, right? This flow. But in her mind, major mulling going over, although that's very much a water reference, mulling, like mulled wine. Let's see. What's the water? What's the water? Oh. She's got the Gemini card. Self-expression, if this person has any Gemini stuff, particularly if there's a Gemini moon involved here, that would make sense. There is an empathic bond here, at least, well, because Gemini, third house, self-expression, communication, right, all that Mercury energy, that back and forth aspect of it too, right, like the twins. It's funny because this self-expression, she's not expressing herself right now, at least not directly. So there is an emotional, I want to say, teleempathic communication. I don't know that that's a real word, but let's make it one. Hashtag teleempathic, right? So there is a mental connection going on here with that Eight of Swords thing, but it feels like it's being resolved through the intuitive emotional field. Look, this is a soul contract. So as either one of them heal, the other one is healing, and he's got the Three of Cups. So the very thing that he's thinking about is the very thing he's feeling about. This is not just about reestablishing a friendship and a solid foundation. This is about a reunion. This is about coming together, putting aside whatever has gone before that has trapped them both. Now, again, if you do not know this person, if you two have not met, because that has to be in a general read somehow. Once we get to the extended, though, that pairs itself down PDQ pretty damn quick. Then really they've been trapped in their heads, right? They've been trapped in their heads about stuff, but they kind of want the same thing. She's wanting the passion, he wants the emotion, which is really interesting. I mean, he's just kind of thinking out Three of Pentacles. He's like, how to plan it. It's like, how do I contribute to this? Right? Being a father, like, is he going to be in dictatorial control, abuse his authority, or is he, going to use his talent for creating and supporting this relationship? Same for her. Is she going to be making up tales that harm others, including herself? Or is she going to refine that ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols? If you're the Divine Feminine here with the Storyteller archetype, just start writing. Right? Even just, I do it all the time. I'll just like turn the record button on my my phone and just audio record stuff and have it transcribed later if necessary. Journaling, anything like that. There's this really strong expressive. Now, by the way, I will say, this is the Knight of Swords, right? The Gemini card and the Sagittarius card, mutable fire, mutable air. There's a lot going on. I don't like using the word psychically. That word was ruined for me in the 80s by Dionne Warwick and Linda Georgian. I won't call myself a psychic. Neither will Carolyn Mace. She's like, I'm an intuitive. She's got a great story about jury duty, though, that if you ever hear it, you'll pee. I did. So look, there's love here. These two, whatever kept them apart, they're apart. They're apart, or at least they're not communicating. All right, point of view of the soul. Point of view of the soul, spirit card. Fuck. Her soul, the Divine Feminine Storyteller, is saying, Ace of Blades, the Sybil. Info's coming in. Truth is coming in. Be careful, Pisces, with the Storyteller. Sometimes a piece of truth comes in. If it's not what we want, or even if it is what we want, we're afraid. The mind automatically kicks in. Again, Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. That will cover it. You can even get it free on audio on YouTube, I'm sure. People are always copying that, putting it up, and right, 2 weeks later, it's gone. His soul is saying, Nine of Cups, dude, this is your wish fulfillment. This is what you've been wanting for. This is what you've been wanting for and waiting for. But both of them are hamstrung. She's not going to bust a move on this one, guys. I'm telling you, you're going to have to do this one. You've got the Page of Pentacles. You've got the one, look, just drop a letter in their mailbox, right? Like if you're not ready for the face-to-face. I mean, he could be in a conflict. I mean, he could be in another relationship. I don't necessarily see that going on here for the Divine Feminine, particularly with the High Priestess. That's usually a single vibe. It can be. I mean, obviously not in every reading, but in this one, it surely feels this way. And if you are not, then that's got to be part of your Eight of Blades. There might be a lot of thought about commitment, or at least how to move this forward with all the mutable energy going on here in Pisces. You're mutable water. What's the only one that's not missing here? You got air, you got fire. So all we're missing is the Virgo card here, right? The Knight of Pentacles. All right, let's see. What's the clause of the contract? The Prince. Oh, fucking shit. The Prince archetype. I have the Prince archetype lifelong in my family. I am a prince. I am actually the third son, like Zeus, who ends up ruling them all. The shadow attribute, using power for self-aggrandizement. I have no idea what you're talking about. Self-aggrandizement, how dare you? Making yourself larger than you already are. Like, I don't have an issue with that because I'm a pretty big personality, but I'm a Pisces moon, right? A part of me just wants to swim into the little castle at the bottom of the aquarium. But that self-aggrandizement, I mean, we've seen, I mean, look at Prince. I mean, the artist Prince, God bless and rest his soul, right? I mean, self-aggrandizement, right? But now, check the light attribute, romantic charm and potential for power. That's what I'm saying here. There is a lot of water on this side. There's a lot of thought on this side, right? She's got 3 air cards. She's got the Eight of Blades, the Princess of Blades, the Gemini card, and the One of Blades. So it's interesting, the juxtaposition here of a divine feminine who's sort of in her head. And really, though this is a card, the High Priestess is definitely a card of intuition, that is a spirit card where he's pretty much all earth and water here, except for the Eight of Swords. They want the resolution. Like, he's really feeling this. And I feel like he's going to make this happen. But if he's going to make it happen, he better be very careful about whether it's through dictatorial control or using and refining his talent to create and support both of them, not just her, right? Both of them. But as the Prince archetype, we're looking at romantic charm here. We're looking at a very, very strong magnetic pull, but that is a masculine family archetype, which indicates action, right? It's a prince. I don't know if you can see the picture, but it's a prince holding a bouquet of flowers behind his back, ready to present. I just get a feeling when a prince shows up for a divine feminine with the storyteller archetype, what story is it? What story is it? I mean, there are damsels and there are princesses. Damsels end up getting rescued by knights usually and put in a castle, protected, right? Princesses tend to meet princes and they marry and they move into a palace. And there is a difference between a castle and a palace. Archetypally, a castle is fortified. It's taller than it is wide. A palace is palatial. It is horizontal and it is open. So very, very, very interesting contract we have here. So just to sum it up, what do they want? He wants the Eight of Swords to be resolved to get out of this trap, and she wants him to bust a move. Come get me. Come get me, Knight of Pentacles, in this case, Sagittarius, Crone of Flames. What do they have? He's got the potential to do this. He's the one who's got to bust the move here. If a move is going to be busted, it's going to be her because she ain't talking. She knows what she knows, and I have a feeling whatever message he gives her, she already knows the truth. Right, particularly with that Ace of Blades. It's like her cards are saying, honey, whatever the story is here, you've got the elements of the truth. Divine Masculine, if you show up, you better have the version of the truth. You better be talking the truth because I feel like she knows it. And that is a very powerful card for if this is the Pisces, right? What are they thinking? She's still looking at all those options, just juggling all of those blades. Because she doesn't have all the information. She doesn't have the confirmation of what's going on his side, only what she's getting, perhaps intuitively, maybe through gossip with a lot of that air stuff. But he's got the Three of Pentacles. He's thinking about, let's build this together. Let's build this together. I mean, the healing potential here is Huge if they can get out of their heads. What are they feeling? Look, if this divine masculine has any Gemini placements, she's feeling it, right? And she needs to know that a lot of what she's feeling is teleempathically. That's a thing now. We just made that a thing. Help me make that a hashtag teleempathic, right? Not just empathic, teleempathic. I'm getting it. Third eye and heart and, second chakra. Boom, 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 right? And what is he feeling? 3 cups. He loves her. He loves her. And let's go there, right? Her soul is saying, honey, the truth is coming. A new beginning is coming here. Ace of Blades, a new message coming in with the Page of Pentacles that he can deliver if he's got the balls to do it. And her soul saying, his soul is saying, dude, this is your 9 of Cups. This is what you've wanted your whole life. Whatever reason or purpose why the two of you are not together, work it out. You can work it out. With that Prince archetype here, romantic charm and potential for power, right? Page of Pentacles, potential, Ace of Blades, decisions. So that's what I see for you. May the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract in process, in the Prince clause of their contract, that they may heal, that they may grow, that they may learn, that they may evolve and become the best that they can be, helping each other heal and fulfilling their roles in this soul contract as a part of the great, ineffable, divine plan for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Thank you for watching. If this is yours, jump over to Vimeo. It's really been an honor and a pleasure and a lot of fun doing these soulmate contract reads this time around. So wishing you all the very best, the very blessed. Of course, like, subscribe, and all that jazz if you're feeling it. I don't beg. Never again. And neither should any of us. Why? Because we are the 12th house mutable water sign. We are the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. And we are pretty much the tits, I think. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, my Mer family. Mer, hail. Farewell, and blessed, blessed be.